Greetings people, Sneptics here, and for today's video I just have one question for you. Did you also forget about Mystic Enchants? By the way, just as a little side note, I kept crashing in Orgrimmar, so that's why I'm filming here in the Thunder Bluff instead. I don't know, I guess the party was going a little too strong over there. It's easy to forget about the World Forge enchants because, you know, they aren't really used the same way that they used to be, right? Like for example, let's plop down a little altar right here. For example, like back in the day in season 8, you would you know, you would have your legendary enchants, like your whole build was basically built around the enchants you had on your gear, right? But since everything is carded now, it's quite easy to forget that, you know, they do still exist actually. And they're quite helpful. So in case you don't have Wallforge enchants on, you should, you know, go figure out what's best for you. For me, for example, I have like 9% extra damage from kidney shots, which really helps a lot in PvP. And then, you know, I gain like 2% crit here, 1% crit here, so that's 5. And then I gain another 6% right here on Sinister Strike and Eviscerate. So that means just from this alone, I'm getting like 11% more crit from, you know, just from having a Wolfforge enchants on, right? Super strong. I'm getting a free combo point from these, and then for the enchants right here, these are Wolfforged Mystic enchants, right? So these can't be bought on the auction house. These ones you can buy however many you want from the auction house, right? And they're, you know, usually they're quite cheap. Maybe some of the more used ones are a bit more expensive, right? But for Sinister Strike, or for well-forged Mystic enchants, right? So like the Sinister Strike one. The best place to farm these are in the new Mana Storms content, right? You get like little orbs in your bag here when you're done. Or when you're looting stuff. And these little black orbs, they look like little black orbs. If you right-click them, you get like a free random Mystic enchant, right? And chances are you'll get a lot of the Wallforged ones, especially the ones that are used by your build. So if you want to farm like Sinister Strike Wallforged enchants, you just want to slap on Sinister Strike on your build and then just go do some Mana Forged Storms. But yeah, another reason why these are very important is because they can provide a lot of buffs that maybe you didn't roll on your build. So let's say you didn't roll any hit percent, but you have to raid tonight. Then you can take, for example, Precision, right? Increases your chance to hit with all attacks and spells. Because again, what's the point of raiding? I mean, Molten Core just come out, right? What's the point of raiding Molten Core if with like a, you know, big baller, big damage build, if you can't even hit the boss, right? It's literally useless. So this, you can just like take them off. Like you can take them off like this, right? And then put something else in. Let's say I need even more hit chance, or let's say I need more dot damage or something. And the way you find them is you just go up here, clear your filter, because it's by standard or by default, it's unknown. So just do that. And then you can type, for example, like attack power, right? Like this. Boom, right there. Feral aggression. Careful aim if you're a hunter, right? Like, just this alone increases your attack power equal to 8% of your intellect, right? And you can stack this 3 times. So if you're going like a for example, like an arcane aim shot type, you know, arcane bullet type build, this might be really strong. Or this one, for example, right? Range attack power equal to 3% of your total stamina. So 10%, just about 10% of your total stam. If you have 3 of these, it's gonna get converted into attack power. And these are just examples. I will, you know, I'll have some other really good enchants on screen right now. And you should be able to see what the different things do. Especially something like, for example, you know, Flame Tongue weapon, like increased, I can't remember what it's called at the moment, like elemental weapons or something. Increases the spell power amount that you gain from Flame Tongue weapon, which is pretty much a must in any single caster build. Because it just gives so much spell power from the ability, right? One other thing that is also worth keeping in mind is you can get a lot of enchants from the auction house. So anything that like permanently increases your stats or anything, especially this that I have up right now. You know, Crusader has always been like traditionally really fucking strong, right? You self-heal, so it might be really good for raids to help your healers out. I'm, for example, using Seal of Light, so this combined with Crusader might be really strong. and you know, and then it increases your strength, which is really good both for agi builds and strength builds, right? But this is just one example. You can, you know, you can enchant your gear however you want. It's just important to remember that you can use this to squeeze out extra little points of damage. Also, you can use potions. Use potions, even like lesser potions. You don't. It doesn't have to be the, like for example, let's see here. If I can spell. Hold on. Yeah, like these ones, right? Stam increase, defense rating, whatever. You can get all of these. There's a lot of different ones. Like this one's spell power and stuff like this. These are quite expensive, right? Like 90 gold a pop. But you can use lesser expensive potions. It doesn't have to be these ones. And you can use them for PvP. Well, not rated PvP, I think. But I do believe you can use them in Battlegrounds. You can use them for open world PvP. You can even gather a lot of the world buffs. If you gather up world buffs, you'll be super strong. You'll be able to smack just about anybody around. At least anybody who doesn't have world buffs themselves. I know it's kind of unfair, but you know, you heard it here first. But yeah, anyways, so get some enchants and get some potions. Another thing that might also be quite kind of useful is, you know, going to the PvP vendor right here in Hall of Legends, and then getting the shoulder enchant. Extra stamina is, you know, nothing to scoff at. Also gives resilience rating. Also, get like a dope transmog, right? Because everyone knows having a baller transmog while pumping is at least a 20% damage increase. It's just common knowledge at this point. Nothing feels worse than having a super strong character in your character list, and then he's like wearing, you know, rainbow colors. Looks like, you know, looks like a rainbow puked on him. So get a good transmog as well, you know? You'll thank me later. On a quick ending note, I just want to talk about some of the projects that I have coming up. I'm going to be making a video specifically about spell schools, because that part of the build guide video was very popular, and I feel like I did some horrible examples in that video, and I feel like I could do way better. So I want to go way more in depth with that, and then I'll probably maybe make a separate video or combine it, either one, with the difference between abilities, spells, and attacks, because that also can confuse a lot of players. There's a lot of abilities, or there's a lot of talent, sorry, in the game that specifically increase either one of them. And what counts or constitutes an attack is not really explained anywhere. So I'll be going over some of that. Then I had someone request a build guide, or at least he asked about the build that I was playing in the video as well, the penance build. So I will be making a video about that as well at some point. As soon as I get a few more cards for that build, it's gonna come out as well. And then in the works on this character, I have a rogue build planned out. It's not gonna be Sinister Strike based like it is now. I'm missing a lot of the cards for this build as well, because it is very card heavy. It requires a lot of legendary and epic cards that I simply don't have. But those videos are gonna be coming out at some point as well. But yeah, hopefully after watching this video today, I'll be seeing a lot of you guys out there pumping a lot harder now, especially in the new Molten Core raid. I plan on doing that as well at some point, maybe uploading a video with that as well. But yeah, I will just see you guys in the next video.